As you have seen in the past, engines have come to the Southern United Railroad on loan to fill in when an engine is busy or in for repairs. The SUR does the same thing for other railroads too. One day, Kevin was sent to fill in for an FM trainmaster on a branch line. At the end of the branch, he saw a sawmill along with a Shay locomotive. "Oh, hello, I'm Kevin. Who are you?" "I'm Sheldon," replied the Shay kindly. "Are you filling in for Moose?" "Yes, I am," answered Kevin. "Do you switch to sawmill?" "I do now, but not at first. I was one of 6 Shays stationed here, and we served 4 logging camps. Now there's just one, and all the other Shays have been sold off. I have more time to switch to mill now. I'm not exactly sure how long I'm going to be around." "I'm sorry to hear that," sympathized Kevin. "It's all right. I'll still keep going. That's what my old friends would want," said Sheldon. For 2 weeks, Kevin worked with Sheldon. Kevin would bring in empty flat cars and boxcars full of supplies for the sawmill. While Sheldon worked the logging camp and brought the logs down. Kevin and Sheldon would then switch the mill together, laughing and joking like old friends. On his last day, Kevin had to take a long line of flat cars loaded with lumber with him. "I'll miss you, Kevin," Sheldon said sadly. "I will too," replied Kevin. "I hope I could come back again." Kevin whistled farewell, and Sheldon watched until Kevin was out of sight. About a half an hour later, Sheldon saw a man running towards him. It was Kevin's conductor. "Kevin has stalled on the hill. We need your help right away." Sheldon set off at once. He found Kevin halfway up, looking tired. "Are you all right?" asked Sheldon. "I'm fine," replied Kevin. "These flat cars are too heavy." "Well, I'll soon sort this out," smiled Sheldon. The train was reversed to the foot of the hill, and together they stormed the incline. Kevin pulled while Sheldon pushed with all his might. At last, they reached the top. After turning up retainers, Kevin and Sheldon whistled goodbye once again. A few weeks later, a huge storm hit the area. Sheldon thought he was lucky because he had just finished work when the storm hit and he was nice and dry in his shed. The next morning, his driver, fireman, and a few workmen came to see him. "Sheldon, you have to take the workmen up to inspect for any storm damage." Sheldon collected the old passenger car and started up the line, afraid of what he might find. The first thing they encountered was a huge landslide that took out the tracks and brought a couple of trees down with it. The workmen managed to get out and walk the rest of the way and found nothing but fallen trees and washouts. When they came back and told Sheldon and his crew what they had encountered, Sheldon only looked down. He knew what this meant. "Oh no!" Larry looked over at Kevin, who looked very distraught. "What's the matter, Kevin?" asked Larry. "Remember that logging branch line that I went to fill in for a couple of weeks ago?" "Yeah," said Larry, "I remember." "Well, on the way into work, my driver heard the news on the radio. They're going to close this line because of the severe storm damage. Evidently, the sawmill manager doesn't think it's worth putting the money in for repairs." "That's a shame," sighed Larry. "I wish there was something I could do. I don't want to see him scrapped," Kevin replied. Just then, Alex arrived. "I need an engine to do the Montrose Mine Run. Any volunteers?" Nobody spoke. The engines didn't like the Montrose Mine Run. The line was severely steep, so it limited the amount of empty cars that could be brought up and loaded cars brought down. And the curves were way too sharp, so larger, stronger engines like Julie and Ian couldn't traverse the line. I guess I'll have to pick then, smiled Alex. Excuse me, Alex, burst out Kevin. Oh, great, smiled Alex. Thanks for volunteering, Kevin. Alex, I wasn't volunteering to do the Montrose mine run, but I do know an engine that could do it. The other engines all glared at Kevin. Oh, said Alex. Who? Well, he doesn't actually work for our railroad. Then Kevin began explaining all about Sheldon, his situation and everything. Alex thought for a moment. You know, Kevin, he would be the perfect engine to do the Montrose mine run permanently. I will speak to Miss Caldwell about it. But right now, I need an engine that could actually do the job today. Oh, I'll do the job, Alex, said Kevin, and he puffed cheerfully away. About 2 days later, Sheldon was sadly waiting in his shed. Moose had brought the scrap train the day before, and he spent all day helping the workmen tear up his line. Suddenly, he heard a familiar whistle. That sounds like... And then he looked up. Kevin, he shouted. What are you doing here? Out of Kevin's cab stepped the very familiar woman. Hello, said the woman. I'm Miss Carol Caldwell. Sheldon brightened up. Miss Caldwell, I've heard of you. You're a legend. You're one of the best road foremen in the railroad business. And I hear you're a very good manager, too. Miss Caldwell beamed. Well, since you think that, you'd be happy to know that you're going to come work for me. Kevin told me what a useful engine you were, and we have the perfect job for you. Oh, thank you, ma'am, Sheldon said excitedly. And thank you, Kevin, for telling them about me. I wasn't going to see you scrapped, Kevin replied with a smile. Soon they were hooked up and set off for Sheldon's new home. The following day, Sheldon did a trial run with just a caboose up to the mine. And after getting the okay, he started regular work. It was only appropriate that Kevin brought him his first empty hoppers. Sheldon was coupled up and blasted his whistle, heading up to the mine to begin his official new lease on life.